Let's watch how my mom makes her rotis.
माशाल्लाह डो हमारा रेडी है। पेड़ा ले लिया डो। फिंगर आपकी बंद होनी चाहिए। आपने इसको एंड साइड करना है। इसको आप जितना राउंड करोगे, जितना इसको रोल करोगे, रोटी आपकी इतनी अच्छी आएगी। ऐसे आपने इसके सारे कॉर्नर आपने इसके थिन करने हैं। ये सारा जो है काम फिंगर मैजिक का है आपका। मैजिक आपकी फिंगर है।
Okay, now how do you roll it into a circle?
लाइक लाइट वे में हमें दोनों तरफ से हैंडल करना है, ठीक है? क्योंकि ये जितना लाइट आपका हैंड होगा उतना ही आपका ये बेलन रोल करेगा, चलेगा ये।
But how are you doing it?
लाइक ये आपके सामने ही देखो। That's it.
That doesn't help.
फिंगर आपने बंद रखनी, फिंगर खोलोगे आपका सारी रोटी खराब हो गई आपकी। इसको थोड़े से आटे से आप इसको फिक्स कर दो। इसको वन साइड कुक होने देंगे, इसको गैस पे कर देंगे। माशाल्लाह।
Here's how you can eat a whole clove of garlic. And trust me, this garlic curry isn't really that garlicky. Mama's going to be teaching us this time. Let's grab a pot on medium heat and add ghee with peeled garlic. After a few minutes, add salt, chili powder, cumin seeds, and chilies. Submerge everything with water and boil for 10 minutes. Then add a bit of basmati rice and some milk. Have this simmer on medium heat for 30 minutes and it should be super soft. And the broth is almost like a soup. Give this a try. Tell me a dish you used to eat when you were little that you would still love today.
सुबह उठ के आपकी एक ही आवाज़ आती थी, अम्मा चीनी वाला अंडा बना दो। चीनी अंडा।
So mama's going to be teaching us how to make sweet eggs. To get started, let's whisk eggs, salt, cardamom powder, and sugar.
Every day you say, I want a sweet anda. So I make it. चीनी इसमें सारी mix हो जाए।
You'll then grab a pan, melt some butter, and continuously stir your egg mixture.
इसको लाइट हीट पे करेंगे क्योंकि जब आप छोटे थे तो आप ऐसे ही बनाते थे, सॉफ्ट क्रिस्पी नहीं करेंगे, इसको लाइट येलो रखेंगे।
And that's pretty much it. Try it out. Our mothers lost a lot of feelings in their fingertips, and this dish is a great example of why. From flipping flatbreads over the stove with their hands to crumbling it with hot clarified butter and sugar, they've been doing this for years. This dish is called Churi. My mother used to make this for my brother and I when we were younger, maybe about 4 to 5 years old. And although it was a treat, it was also a way of her introducing us to flatbreads such as rotis, parathas, and naans, because although this is a paratha, it's also filled with sugar and clarified butter. And as kids, we loved sweets, so we just ate this up. Our mothers have been over the stoves for years, so they ought to have built some sort of pain tolerance in their fingertips. This dish is the same as my other TikToks on how to make paratha, but there's a slight change at the end. You add more clarified butter and sprinkle on brown sugar. Then you crumble everything together while it's still hot so the sugar melts, and that's pretty much it. Let mama know in the comments if you liked it or not. Here's how you can make paya, which is basically cow's feet, and you either love it or hate it because of its gelatinous texture.
आप नहीं पता कब स्टार्ट किए थे? पाकिस्तान गए थे आप 6 से मेरे का 6 और 5 गाना वो bring it, make the दस्तरखान। और आपने पता क्या किया था? ऐसे प्लेट थी और आपने शप हाथ अंदर डाला और बोटी मुंह में।
And today, Mama's going to teach us how to make it. To get started, she'll chop up a couple of onions and in a pressure cooker, get these nice and brown. These are the cow's feet. She'll add this to the pot and then add ginger, turmeric, and garlic paste, salt, chili powder, black cardamom pods, cinnamon, garam masala, and dried fenugreek leaves. Give everything a mix and then cover it with water and cook this on medium heat for about 45 minutes. After it's cooked, it should look like this. Then you can bring it up to a boil and add yogurt. Give everything a mix and that's pretty much it. Plate and garnish with cilantro and chopped ginger. Hope you enjoy.
This aloo paratha, mashallah, crispy, brown, spicy.
Let's watch my mom make aloo paratha, which is basically a crispy flatbread stuffed with a spicy potato filling.
ज़्यादा crispy.
Now when you think of breakfast, you may think of eggs, toast, bagels, and cream cheese, but for those who know, aloo paratha with a sweet yogurt sauce is definitely a breakfast of champs. To get started, she begins by boiling some potatoes until they're fork tender, and then she'll take them to a bowl and remove the skin. Once the skin is removed, she'll mash this up, but not so much so that it's like mashed potatoes because you still want a bit of texture. To season, she adds salt, cumin seeds, black caraway seeds, ground coriander, and chili powder. She'll give this a quick mix and then she'll also add chopped up cilantro and mint. Give this a thorough mix, and this is basically your spicy potato filling. Make sure you taste for seasoning, and if all is well, now you just have to prepare the dough. You can check out my other videos on how to make paratha, but once you make the dough balls, you just want to flatten it out with your fingertips, and then once that's ready, you can grab your rolling pin and begin making little circles. Once it gets to around this size, you can get a good handful of your spicy potato filling and fill up the bottom portion of the dough, and make sure you don't go all the way to the edge because you have to take your second piece of dough and lay this one on top so it covers everything. Now lightly crimp the perimeter with your fingertips and carefully with your rolling pin start making this into a larger circle. Make sure you don't add too much pressure or else it will rip or get stuck to the counter. Once it gets to around this size, you want to take your flat pan, also known as a tawa, and get this on medium-high heat and slap it on there. Generously add oil or butter or ghee and get each side nice and golden brown.
Oof, mashallah.
Oof. I blindfolded my mom so we can taste test her palate. Let's see how good she is. You can't hear me, right? I don't like your biryani. Okay, so the first thing is a date.
Khajur?
Yep.
I mean...
Okay, the next one is a coconut.
Oh my god, no taste, no nothing. I think coconut, nariyal?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I mean...
Okay, the next one is Rice Krispies.
Cereal or rice, crispy rice.
Oh, yeah. The next one is Jello.
I don't know. Mango?
It's Jello.
Oh.
Next is blue cheese. If she guesses cheese, I'll give it to her.
No. I think peanut butter.
Blue cheese.
Oof. Sorry.
Okay, the next one is green chutney.
Green chutney?
Yeah.
I make yesterday. Is your mama?
Here's how you can make fried fish that's popular in Pakistan, specifically from the city of Karachi, which is by the seaside, and it's my mother's hometown. She's going to teach us how to make it.
दही लिया, लाल मिर्चें, सूखा धनिया, गरम मसाला, नमक, लीमू, अदरक, लहसुन, हल्दी, सबको मिक्स किया, फिर बेसन पानी के साथ मिक्स कर लिया। मछली पे मसाले लगाया। ये सुरमई मछली है। मछली की दोनों साइडें मीडियम हीट पे आपने फ्राई करनी है। आखिर में लीमू पुदीने की चटनी के साथ एंजॉय करें।
Let's watch my mom make chicken corn soup. How did you come up with this recipe?
This recipe is on my recipe.
Who taught you? It's not non-yummy.
No.
I still think you stole it from the Chinese.
Chinese? Chinese मेरे neighbor नहीं है बाबू.
Let's start by chopping up some bell peppers and blending it with water. Then grab a large pot of water, add in a whole chicken along with salt, pepper, and ginger, turmeric, and garlic paste. Cover and boil for about a half an hour. Now you can remove the meat and begin shredding it into tiny pieces. Set them aside for now, and in the meantime you can add in your blended peppers along with corn, creamed corn, and a slurry of milk and cornstarch. Give this a mix, and then you can add in your shredded chicken. Now in a separate bowl, beat up a few eggs, and while you're stirring the soup, slowly drizzle in the eggs and stir so it breaks up into thin little pieces. Taste for seasoning, and plate. Enjoy it with chili oil, soy sauce, white vinegar, and green Thai chili peppers. That's pretty much it. Here's how you can make a beautiful chai mix for that perfect cup of tea. Okay, what's first?
Saunf, ajwain, long, sabzi ilaichi, cinnamon. Let's just mix it.
Additionally, some people also like to add star anise. It can be a bit too powerful, so only add a few. To make the chai, add 3 cups of water, a couple of teaspoons of your black tea, and a couple of teaspoons of your chai mix. You can also add a bit of ginger if you wish, then bring this up to a boil for at least a couple of minutes. Then add 2 cups of milk and let this simmer for at least 5 minutes. Then you can strain it, and if you want, you can also aerate it. Once done, you can add any sweetener you like in a cup and pour. This makes making chai a lot easier because you don't have to grab multiple spices every time. Everything is right there in one container.
Ready? Bismillah.
Here's how to make Pakora Curry. Pakora basically means fritter in Urdu, and Mama's gonna teach us how to make it. Let's start with the actual curry.
ये प्याज, टमाटर, ये 2 कप बेसन, नमक, धनिया, कलौंजी डालेंगे, जीरा और ये धनिया, हाफ लस्सी और हाफ पानी जाएगा, हल्दी, लहसुन और अदरक का पेस्ट, प्याज डाल दिए इसमें, टमाटर मिक्स कर देंगे, 30 मिनट से 40 मिनट तक इसको कुक करेंगे.
Now to make the pakora, chop up some spinach.
Fingers are so close to the knife.
Oh my god.
मुझे आदत है. I'm not scared.
In a bowl, add the same ingredients from your curry with the addition of baking soda, cumin seeds, and 1 egg. Slowly incorporate water until you get a thick pancake consistency, then add your onions and chopped spinach. Now carefully fry your pakoras until they're nice and crispy, then add it to your curry with cilantro, green chilies, lemon juice, and fried onions. That's it. Enjoy. Growing up, who else ate macaroni and cheese and hot dogs? This was one of those quick lunches that my mom always used to make when I came home from school. So I thought, let's make this nostalgic recipe. So you just want to get a couple of hot dogs and get a bit of color on them in a pan, and then just set those aside for now and cook your favorite macaroni however you wish.
इसमें डालेंगे बटर. ये आपको पसंद थी हॉट डॉग मैकरोनी. ये आप चुप करके खा लेते थे. Otherwise, cry baby. I don't wanna eat this. और इतने मोटे मोटे आंसू लंच टाइम पे. दूध इसमें डालेंगे enough.
And then once the macaroni is cooked, slice up the hot dogs, add it into the macaroni, and mix everything together. And that's basically it. What do you get when you mix ginger, turmeric, and garlic? A paste that can elevate almost any dish you make.
नानी अम्मी ने मुझे ये सारा सिखाया बनाने का जो है ना तरीका, और इसके बगैर आपकी कुकिंग नहीं है. ये 3 चीजें होंगी आपकी कुकिंग में अच्छी, उसमें आएगी स्मेल अच्छी आएगी आपकी, और लुक अच्छा लगेगा. थोड़े से पानी के साथ और उसको ग्राइंड करते जाएंगे.
But also be careful with turmeric because this stains like crazy. If you get this on your clothes or on the cutting board, you won't be able to clean this.
ग्राइंड के बाद हम इसको ऐसे राउंड शेप बनाएंगे. पानी इसका स्विच कर लेंगे थोड़ा सा. ये इसको आप जार में भी कर सकते हो, ठीक है. ये तो राउंड बना के रख दिए, ठीक है. बेस्ट वे जो है ये आपका राउंड करके आपने रखना है, ठीक है.
In the freezer?
फ्रीजर में आप फ्रीज कर दो, आपका लॉन्ग टाइम चलेगा.
And you can use this paste in so many different ways, either cooking it in the beginning of your recipes, whether you're making meat or veggies, or even using it in a marinade. It just adds a really nice base layer of amazing flavor. I blindfolded my mom and told her to make dinner. Let's see how good she does.
You wanna eat 1 or 2?
Just give me 1, if you can make 1.
Don't make my bestie, okay? This is my peda. If some mistake, you're responsible.
No, this is all you.
This is my peda. Don't. It's not good, okay? अल्लाह ताला से दुआ कर रही हूँ कि अल्लाह पाक ने ये इतनी बड़ी नेमत दी, आँखें जिनकी नहीं है, अल्लाह पाक उनको हिम्मत दे देता है, और क्या सारा उनको आता है. हमें तो बहुत बड़ी नेमत है अल्लाह की आँखें. आलू पराठे का मेरा रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक नहीं होना चाहिए, ओके? ये छोटा है.
You're trying to match it.
Yeah, why not? Not on the table, please. Oh my God. Put here, I think. I think enough. Something wrong हुआ है.
I don't know if this is safe.
Bismillah.
I'm gonna help you. And go right there, right there. There we go. Boom.
Good?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Right? No?
Yeah. Are you crying?
Oh, I know it's done.
Slide it.
Oh my God.
You almost had it.
No, खराब तो हुआ है. एक आंखें अल्लाह ने कितनी बड़ी नेमत दी है.
The shape is not the perfect circle.
Yeah.
It's so crispy.
Mashallah.
Okay, Mama, how do you like your steak cooked?
How me like?
How do you like your steak cooked?
Well done.
क्यों?
खुशबू अच्छी आती है.
No, but then it gets all chewy. Like you don't taste the flavor.
Overcook अच्छी लगती है.
Overcook is dry.
अब ये देखो सारा इसमें से पानी तो गिर रहा है.
No, it's not pani. That's the flavor. How does this look?
लुक तो अच्छी है. जब खाओ तो फिर वो थोड़ा फ्लेवर उसका अच्छा नहीं लगता. कच्चा कच्चा. ये अंदर से रेड है.
Yeah, but it's not blood. It's fine.
Yeah,
like, this is flavor.
इसकी जो है आपकी ये.
Oh, the fat?
Fat.
The fat's the best. Okay, but is it better than well done or no?
मुझे well done अच्छी लगती है.
क्यों?
एक जो डेवलप है ना हमारा टेस्ट जो वही है. क्या हमें थोड़ी सी ओवरकुक चाहिए.
Okay, so you need to develop a new flavor. This is what you need to develop. Out of 10, what is this?
This is my question. 8.
8?
7.
It's like an 8.9.
No.
Yeah, this is really good.
Mashallah.
Let's watch my mom make Mooli Paratha. For those who don't know, Mooli is just another word for Daikon, which is a type of radish, and Paratha is a crispy flatbread. So it's basically a spice-stuffed Daikon inside of a crispy flatbread. And it's a popular dish in Pakistan, and you would commonly eat this during breakfast with some sweet yogurt. To get started, Mama's going to peel the Mooli, and you can either use a grater or you can use a food processor with one of these little attachments, and you just want to shred this up just like this. Now there's a lot of liquid in this, so you want to make sure you squeeze out as much as you can so the paratha doesn't get soggy. Once you squeeze everything out, you can begin seasoning it with salt, chili powder, ground cumin and coriander, dried fenugreek leaves, and cilantro. Give this a good mix and then taste for seasoning. Once it's all good, you can begin preparing your dough. And if you don't know how to make the dough, you can check out my other videos on how to make paratha. You'll have to make 2 dough balls because you'll be using one to lay on top of the other. Once you make your dough balls, you can flatten it out with your fingertips and then use a rolling pin and get it to around this size. Now you can take a good handful of your mooli mixture and place it on the bottom dough, and make sure you leave a little bit of space around the perimeter so you can place the top layer on top. Now carefully roll this out with your rolling pin. Make sure you don't add too much pressure or it might stick. Now on a hot pan, also known as a tawa, you want to cook this with a lot of oil or butter or ghee until both sides are nice and golden brown. And that's pretty much it. Enjoy. Frozen paratha versus fresh paratha. Let's see which one tastes better. So let's first try the frozen one.
ये chewy बहुत है ये, ठीक है, जैसे look like a rubber. मैंने तो कभी भी आप लोगों को नहीं खिलाया, लेकिन अब आ गया मार्केट में तो सम टाइम बनाना पड़ता है। इसकी जो इंग्रेडिएंट है वो टू मच है, इसमें सोडा डालते हैं टू मच, इसमें व्हाइट आटा बहुत है, हमारा जो है ब्राउन होता है वो।
Go eat it.
आपने?
No, you eat it. I got the homemade one. Okay, what does it taste like?
टेस्ट मुझे तो weird ही लगता है कुछ। अब जैसे हम उसमें डालते हैं अपना नमक डालते हैं आटे में, ठीक है, हमें वो नमक का टेस्ट अच्छा आता है। विदाउट नमक आपका पराठा नहीं है।
Okay, so it's not seasoned.
No, लुक एक सही नहीं, खाने का टेस्ट नहीं आता फिर।
And it's a lot smaller too.
स्मॉल तो बेचारा है ही वो छोटा, उन्होंने सेल नहीं करनी।
Alright, let's do the homemade.
देखो इसके लेयर कितने अच्छे हैं, शक्ल पे रौनक है।
रौनक?
Like a glowing। चेहरा इतना उस पे ऑयल डाला है तो वो कुछ भी नहीं होगा। वो सारी बात रिफ्रेश की है कि आपका जो फ्रेश बनाते हो टोटली डिफरेंट हो जाता है वो। ये माशाल्लाह ये है कि इसमें मैंने अपना नमक डाला है अपने घर का, ठीक है, उसके बाद फिर इसमें बटर डाला है इनसाइड। बलिए इसके अच्छे आते हैं, एकदम ये ओपन आ जाता है। बटर स्मेल क्रंची है।
And you can see the layers.
अगर आप खाते जो आपका लेयर्स में से बटर की स्मेल आती है, सॉल्ट बटर, ये देखो। अब जो बेचारा फ्रोजन है वो ऐसे थोड़ा होगा वो।
If homemade is 10 out of 10, what would you give the frozen one?
Frozen, I think 4.
4 out of 10?
4.
Let's watch my Pakistani mom cook with pumpkin. Are there pumpkins in Pakistan?
पहले नहीं था, अब है।
Have you ever cooked with pumpkin before?
No, not before.
So what are you going to make?
Pumpkin सब्जी।
And how do you say pumpkin in Urdu?
कद्दू ही नाम हो सकता है इसका। ये देखिए मुझे लग रहा हार्ड है ये, बहुत ज्यादा हार्ड है। अदरक, लहसुन, हल्दी, लाल प्याज, टमाटर, जीरा, pumpkin।
The one thing I think you should add is pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice।
This has cinnamon, cloves, allspice, nutmeg, and some ginger.
जबरदस्त। नमक डाला ना, पानी डालेंगे इतना कि ये गल जाए, क्योंकि हार्ड है ये थोड़ा। हाँ बस इसको स्टीम करेंगे।
Do you think it's going to be good?
इंशाल्लाह। ग्रेवी अच्छी बनी, धनिया तो डाल लो थोड़ा।
Always with the dhania, क्यों?
ग्रीन अच्छा लगता है, विदाउट धनिया माई रेसिपी अनकम्प्लीट है। माशाल्लाह बहुत सॉफ्ट हो गया है।
It's not spicy.
अच्छा टेस्ट थोड़ा डिफरेंट भी होना चाहिए हर चीज में स्पाइस।
Because usually with roti we would eat something that's a bit spicy. It's a bit savory, it's a bit sweet.
ज्यादा जो इसका टेस्ट मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है स्पाइस का, pumpkin spice का।
Yeah, pumpkin spice is good.
वो टोटली डिफरेंट हो गया।
Yeah.
चावल के साथ भी खा सकते हो। पास किया या फेल किया? मामा को।
No, it's a pass. It's just very different.
डिफरेंट ही तो अच्छा लगता है।
Out of 10, what would you give this?
20.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah.
not that good.
Yeah, why not? You always 10 के अंदर होती है। I got 20.
Let's watch my Pakistani mom cook with deer. How do you say deer in Urdu?
हिरन, मीट की कढ़ाई नहीं बनाते?
Okay, so we're making deer karai.
हिरन कढ़ाई।
Hiran karai.
पहले डालेंगे ऑयल, प्याज डालेंगे इसमें, थोड़ा सा ब्राउन हो जाए। मीट ही है, अच्छा है। इसमें नमक ऐड कर देंगे पहले। बीफ का नहीं लग रहा, लैम का नहीं लग रहा, पिंक टाइप अच्छा लग रहा है वो, इसलिए मैं इसमें मसाले ज़्यादा नहीं डालना चाह रही थी ताकि इसका कलर चेंज। 15 मिनट के बाद इसको चेक करते हैं, इसका कलर अच्छा लग रहा है। थोड़ा सा देसी घी डालेंगे उसमें, मसाला सारा, हल्दी, अदरक लहसुन का पेस्ट, टमाटर, लाल मिर्च, गरम मसाला, सेसमी। 5 से 10 मिनट इसको पकाएंगे और ये बस रेडी है माशाल्लाह। देखा कलर, मुझे थोड़ा था थिंक कि इसको ग्रेवी रखूँगी थोड़ी। बिस्मिल्लाह, धनिया डाला इसमें, ग्रीन चिली, लग तो अच्छा रहे।
Oh, that's tender.
माशाल्लाह, बिस्मिल्लाह, बहुत ही अच्छा।
But it's not anything different. It tastes like a mix between beef and goat.
लैम का ज़्यादा नहीं आ रहा।
It smells kind of like that.
Yeah. मुझे फील हो रहा था कि मैं नहीं खा सकूंगी। I feel it, but अच्छा है माशाल्लाह।
Okay, out of 10, what would you give this?
10 by 10.
Always 10, क्यों?
इतना अच्छा बना है। Let's watch my mom make roti. First step, let's get some wholemeal wheat flour, also known as atta. To that, she'll add salt and periodically add water until the dough comes together.
Once it comes together, she'll let it rest for about 10 minutes before she begins the kneading process. To knead, make sure you use both fists and hit every spot on the dough. Occasionally flip it over and also use some water if it seems a bit dry. The whole kneading process could take around 15 to 20 minutes. Once you have a soft dough, oil up a separate container and transfer it there. Let it rest for about 20 minutes. Then you can scoop out pieces of dough with some extra atta and begin making your dough balls. Once you have your dough balls, flatten it out a bit with some extra atta and then you can begin rolling it out. After you roll it out, you can preheat a pan on medium-high heat and then cook it until both sides are nice and brown. Enjoy.